Zuby's really adding to his game. He's becoming a great passer, a willing passer, great passer. And, I'm having so much fun watching Dylan Mitchell play. I don't think I've said that too many times in my 52 years of having fun watching a person play. Whether it's him coming down as a point forward and attacking the basket or making a great pass or throwing it to Zuby and him cutting to get open. He really knows how to play. It's not like having another point guard on the floor. It's like having another coach on the floor, which is great. If he didn't screw up 4 or 5 years ago and would have come to me a little sooner, would have been a lot better. And Zuby's unselfish. I didn't realize that he's 2 points away from scoring 1,000 points.
Dylan, what does it mean to you when coach says things like that? I mean, he compared you to Steph Curry early this season. What does that mean to you?
Shoots just like him. Shoots just like him.
I don't know if I'm close to that, but not at all, not yet. But I mean, it's a big reason why I came here to play for Coach P, and the history he has, and just the way he gets us to play. You hear a lot about it, but it's way different being here. It's like a family here. It's the culture that Coach P and the rest of the coach staff has built here. So it means a lot just knowing that I'm out here trying to do what I need to do, and the coaches see that, and also the players see it that I'm here to do whatever it takes for this team to win.
Dylan, I remember it at one of the appearances that the team made before the season started. You were telling us that you felt like a really good fit for the system here. Mm-hmm. Is it even better than you thought? I mean, it seems like you do a whole bunch of different things that we hadn't expected.
Yeah, it's more so just playing freely, and just playing to our strengths. I think that's the biggest thing, and being able to handle the ball a little bit and help with our guards. And then, we have such great scorers on the perimeter and inside, so being able to take some pressure off of them and then make plays for them to get shots, that we need them to be shooting.
My question is for either or both of you. Just after the last couple games where you really needed those big second half pushes to win, what allowed you guys to get off to such a good start tonight? And just how nice was it to kind of have a coast-to-coast victory?
I mean, it's a big to come out in the second half the right way. Obviously, starting each half is a big thing, but still working to put together 40 minutes consistently, like I've said before. And it starts with every 4 minutes at a time, each segment coming out with the right type of pressure, with the right type of mindset, and just taking 4 minutes at a time.
Back here, guys. Also for either or both, you guys had a pretty gaudy national ranking at the beginning of the season. A little humble at the beginning. Back in the top 25, you really looked like a top 25 team tonight. Can you talk about that and what it's like to kind of live up to that ranking that you got this week?
Obviously we got off to a rocky start to start the season, but we never hung our heads. We just stayed level-headed and just attacked each and every game, each and every day, like we're supposed to. And we finally just reaped the rewards of what we've been putting out there on the court. Just playing team defense, team offense. Just playing well, collaborating with each other, and we're able to just turn our season around, just a little bit, in this seven game stretch. But, it takes every guy, on the team being committed to our team goals. And, we got back in the rankings, but I don't think that's exactly, what we're, talking about, we're ranked. So, we could take our foot off the gas even a little bit. No. So, we're going to attack each and every game, coming up. Because this is a tough league to play in, and we got a really tough opponent in DePaul coming up soon as well.
Zuby, tonight was a night where it felt like everything was working for your team. I mean, everybody kind of contributed to this win. When you get performances from everybody like you did tonight, just what does that feel like, that any option you guys go to is kind of working?
It feels great. This is exactly what they're here for. This is why Dylan Mitchell is here, and Ian Jackson, Joe Son. You can go down the list. They came here to win and win at a high level, and obviously the coaching staff did a great job with who they brought out of the portal. But it's just it took us a little while, but I think we're finally starting to get it. We're starting to understand, Coach Pitino and his system a lot better than we did, to start the season, and we move on from here. We're never going to think, too far ahead. Like I said, just approach, each and every single day to the best of your abilities and see how far we could go.
Zuby, 7 games ago, coach put Dylan Mitchell in the starting lineup, and it was against Butler, and he kind of contained Biz Jack, and we saw that again today. I mean, how much has Dylan's expanded role changed everything for this team?
It changed a lot. A versatile, player, like you guys have said, able to do a little bit of everything. Just a really gritty guy. He gets it done. On both sides of the ball, and I can't say him enough. Good things. A double. I didn't even get a double, so. But just a great player, like I said, and even better person off the court as well.
Appreciate that, bro. Of course, I got you.
Zuby, one of the things that Coach praises you for in terms of your leadership is your humility. In the last couple of games, you've had quite a number of questionable calls against you. Talk about your poise and how you've managed to sort of keep it together for this team, and have you been aware of what you've been doing on the court?
I don't know if I've done a great I don't know if I've done a great job with the questionable calls, but it's good to know that obviously he has my back. Said he was going to talk to the head of officials and, for me and stuff. So questionable calls, I don't think I've handled it to the best of my abilities yet, but it's a work in progress, and at least I didn't surpass 3 fouls today.
No, we did good.
Yeah. So Dylan Mitchell says I have a fouling issue, so I got to work on it.
Zuby, there were things that we heard that were like issues that you guys needed to address early in the season. The guards didn't rebound, or defensive rebounding was a problem, or playmaking was an issue, and it seems like most of those things have been addressed. How were you guys able to sort of attack all of these different things that needed work?
We have a great coaching staff that that spends tons and tons of hours on film, and coach says it all the time. He can't go on the court and produce, but all he could do is show us and tell us exactly what we need to work on, and it's our jobs to go out there and execute on those. And obviously rebounding was an issue and stuff like that. So it takes a full team commitment to be able to just look yourselves in the eye and see what the issue is, and be committed to working on it. And I think that we've done a great job of just coming together and realizing what our weaknesses are and trying to exploit on those.
Thanks, Zuby. Thanks, Dylan.
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, fellas.
For the record, I didn't compare him to Steph Curry. I said I enjoy 2 players I enjoy watching the most is Steph Curry and Dylan Mitchell. They don't have the same type of game.
A little different.
Rick, when you got the commitment from Dylan, I think everybody expected a really superior athlete who was a great defender and rebounder, but he seems to have become so much more. Did you envision that, or has he in some way surpassed what you were expecting?
I think sometimes because we didn't have a true point guard starting, that he's evolved much more than we anticipated, because we needed him to be a point forward. He never really had that position at other places. We wanted him when he went to Cincinnati. We loved him back then. But you just look at it tonight, it's 14 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 0 turnovers, 3 blocked shots. And he's cutting and he's moving. He's a tremendous player to coach and watch, but I think it was our inadequate ability in the point guard position that he's evolved into something special because of that. He's also taught Ian a lot about certain things, and Ian's learning and grasping things. So it's been really fun watching him play and watching him evolve in our system.
Did you
Well, I didn't think we'd have a problem, but and then when I realized we did, but now we don't have as many problems because Ian's getting better and better, and Dylan Darling's good. So, it's like I said to you guys all along, not just with us, with every coach in the country. The most difficult thing is not navigating the portal, raising money. The most difficult thing is coaching 8 new players every year, and it's not going to be a finished product early on. Now, if you get 4 or 5 starters back in a given year, but that's very few teams have that. So it's just evolving the way we hoped.
Coach, it's been almost a week now. A lot of fanfare about the 900th win. I'm sure you're ready to move on for it. But just the little ceremony before the game. How much did you enjoy that? What were your thoughts and getting a chance to at least recognize it here at home in front of the home crowd?
Well, I think it's very nice. I enjoyed the other night much more, except the bucket of ice being poured on me, which put me out of commission for 24 hours. But the other, I love celebrating with the players like that. That's really enjoyable to me. It's been a long journey. My wife's shaking her head back there. We've moved a lot. We started our career. I started in Hawaii, and was Jim Boeheim's first assistant coach. We lived in Syracuse. We left our common gear Volkswagen in the parking lot in October and found it in April. And that's a true story. That's how much snow we had that year. So from there to today, it's been a long journey. And getting 900's a nice thing, certainly. But getting 1,000 would be a lot better. And that means I've got to be blessed with good health, good players, and just keep recruiting. And the better you recruit, the better coach I am.
Rick, where you guys were just over 3 weeks, just over 3 weeks ago, the Providence game, and you haven't lost since. When you moved Dylan Mitchell into the starting lineup, did you ever think it would have this kind of a galvanizing effect?
Well, we took him out early. He started early in the year. We took him out because it was much easier to rotate substitutions. But it's obvious that when he's on the court, we're a much better basketball team at all phases of the game: defense, offense, rebounding, shot blocking. And it's great. That's what happens when you have all these new players. You experiment, you come to a conclusion. And right now we're a good basketball team because of his presence on the court. But I think all the other players are getting significantly better as well. I think Josan's come out of it nicely. Sadiku played very well tonight. So it's a great group of guys. I enjoy them immensely, getting better and better. But, I think you guys put too much stock in the Providence loss. Providence is a really talented basketball team. I mean, they should have beat Connecticut at their place, and last night it was going down to the wire. They got a lot of talent, a lot of ability. I think they lost 4 overtime games. So there's no disgrace in losing to Providence. They're very, very talented and very good. And we're going to lose again. We're not going to run the table. This is a tough league. Hope we do, but it remains to be seen.
Rick, can you explain specifically what this 3 forward lineup and what Dylan Mitchell does for Zuby and Bryce out there, because it feels like their production has also risen with him on the court?
Well, because he knows how to play without the ball and he knows how to play with the ball. The fact that he's not a great 3-point shooter actually helps because he's always cutting, he's always moving, he's always screening. So he is an improved shooter too. He's improved his shooting. But he just makes everybody better. The offense flows much better with him because he's constantly moving and he's always looking for people. He knows how to play. And Zuby's become a much better passer because of Dylan.
Coach Pitino, over the last couple of games, Ian has been a much better offensive player overall. Has there been a change to his routine in his practice? What has been the difference you've seen?
Well, I don't know about his routine. You'd have to ask him that. I just think he's progressing, learning the game better. He's becoming a good defensive player. I think he's improving at all phases of the game. The thing about Ian that people don't recognize, he's a tremendous young man. I mean, I get on him very hard because he's got to learn certain things, and he never ever hangs his head. He just said, "I got you, coach. I got you, coach." And he's learning, getting better and better. He's an excellent shooter. He's becoming a much better passer, much better defensive player. He still has a lot of growth ahead of him, but he's getting better and better each game, each practice.